Hello again. Let's ooh, let's grab that before we get started. I didn't even notice. I thought they were just a cliff. That is a really nice lake. I don't know how I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it initially. But yeah. Your crew must still be anxious, wondering where and when Valgamander will strike next. Let's just we hurry back, allay their fears. Elf knows as well. Yes, you're right. Let them worry another moment. Ride back on Wrath at last, why not? I've grown so accustomed to running around in areas where I've actually like got the riding map and stuff. You know what, we're just going to teleport because that's going to take like easily 5 minutes, maybe 10, just to run back. Takes so long. Well, it seems like the evacuation didn't go ahead. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gerfler. Gerfler! Hey Gerfler!
To the temple, then?
Yay.
That won't be necessary, heroes of the hour. Valigarmanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valigarmanda's prison. How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
What more would we test, Zulmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Gulul Jalja, then no one is. Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valigarmanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokui. May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as as we enter this new age.
Was never much of a talker, our brother. If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
Ha! I'll consider it. If it's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
You Wukyamat, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valikarmanda, but the quiet skies proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea! That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams. Yes, we have records of our forebears and their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
What did your forebears see?
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict. Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess. A statue so tall, even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Book Evu shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams, no dreamers.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel. But after they were ravaged by disease and saw fewer newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory. Once our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Yaktel next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt.
Definitely, buddy.
Farewell, Wook Lamat. I do not think our paths will cross again.
Tough luck, buddy. You got thanks anyway. Catch you later, mate. Volvlo and his brethren will have a sudden change of heart about Tuliola. But that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. Today's proof of that. Right, I'm gonna quickly... Alright. I think it's time to return to Tuliola. But scaling Tural's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death. Dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. I would be most welcome. I hear 4 odd cabins calling our names. Am I actually going to be able to check it out this time? I mean, I could have checked it out the first time, but, you know, I kind of forgot to. Alright, back to Tuliola. So far, I think top 2 are probably... It's probably like a toss-up between like the Mikote and the Hrothgar for like which one should, you know, like which one's best suited. She's got one that's just a warmonger, so obviously they can't be allowed to. There is one that doesn't really care about anything past winning the contest, so obviously we don't want that one to win. But Waklamat, which is aiming for peace. And we have... I keep forgetting his name. Mr. Mikote, man. Yeah, Arville. Rest well, everyone. Meet back here later on. So many people here. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. We heading to the palace for Clement? Well, Clement, did you hear me? Must run a little world, it seems. Well, no matter. I'm back soon enough. Attendant standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. Welcome back. It was just as you left it. As one light layer of dust. I mean, you say that, but I never even touched it. So. It ain't how I left it, it's how you left it. With less dust. Who's that tapping on my door? Oh, hello.
You have a moment?
Sure.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Alrighty.
So,
Getting awkward. What to talk about? You got to ride another boat, haven't you?
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what. We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air, that's what we need.
Alright. Just drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin. I can feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know. Take you to one of my favorite places in Tuliolao. It should help me get my thoughts in order. To the Resplendent Quarter. Make our way up from there. But I wanted to see what the room was like. Alright, going up this way. Eshwa, doing up and about. Back feeling better? Much healed now. Make a fuss. Besides, can't be lounging around in bed all day. They're fighting your hardest to win the throne. Claim it with the greatest love for peace. Of this nation of ours, lending you my support is the best I can do. You smile like that and not be encouraged? Ho ho! Plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of Smiling Face if you think that will help. One is more than enough. Thank you, Peshua. Thank you, third promise. But pray for your success in the contest. Those smiling faces. Ah, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Except with all the progress we've made in the contest, these everyday encounters feel so much more special. I think we can take our time, maybe wander around a little first, and head to that spot I was thinking of. Sure. There won't be any extremely awkward conversation about to happen. It's so bright.
This is much better.
So bright.
I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Warkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural? Well, I've been thinking a lot since then about what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far.
Not gonna lie, with the bird people, it genuinely made me tear up. I feel kind of silly about it.
I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the sort of thing I'd expect you to say.
Really? I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness.
Cool.
It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me? Thank the gods for that. Well, I have nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the caverns.
Catch you later. There's the reason I usually sleep. If I've ever gotten like sleeping, this is the reason I usually have him on the side. Straight in your back just looks like a corpse. It's like bleh. Right, I'm gonna sort myself out another drink, so I shall leave. I'll leave Twitch with this awesome music, and YouTube I'll just pause the recording briefly. There we go. Sorry about that. Right, so we have. Two more stones to get, and then one to recover. So technically 3, but you know, close enough. You look in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was well spent. So let's snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it will soon be back the road for us. Now, that's not the right thing. Is that one with the title, or is that? It is Herald of Peace. With a weapon. I'm sure the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone's had everyone's rested well. I wonder if we've got a second MSQ trial. Now that we've refreshed ourselves somewhat, let's consider the claimants as they currently stand. Ralja and Connor have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 stones apiece. The mat would be equal to them, but for the cool Jaja's thievery, which left us one short. Conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof and wreaked havoc for the Feet of Ice. There are more than 3 keystones at most. I think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I will be taking back what's mine, this I swear. I fear that reclaiming your keystones may not be enough. That is, if a cool Jaja's unleashing of Fellow Commander is any indication. Using his lead, I anticipate he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. So be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The last 2 keystones require, I can read, totally read, definitely. The last 2 keystones we require are those of the Lay of Repast and Lay of Brotherhood. The former depicts a cessation of hostilities between the Mawulja and... oh god, I accidentally clicked. And the Zbral, in the forests of Yaktel, specifically near a village called Ikbrags. That's where I was born, if you recall. I've been there, back there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga it's said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but nothing more than that. Yossi has a similar tale. The explorer Ketenram befriended a two-handed king, known as the Autarch, before commencing his travels across Toronto. Journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least, that's a commonly held belief. A two-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Ketenram fellow must have come to Tuliolano. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yokui architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Autarch, didn't you? Then Ketenram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamuk. Mamuk? Is that a city? The grandest in Tural. Once upon a time, and seat of the Mamulja's homeland. It too lies in Yaktel, not far from Ikbrags. Then, all things considered, Yaktel seems the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, our safest method of travel is by dirigible, which will make for the landing once preparations are complete. We're riding in one of Connor's balloons. They can't be worse than ships, can they? I don't know, I've never ridden in a dirigible. Airships, yes, but they are... well, dirigibles. No! I forgot to attune to that one. I've just seen it is 3 PM, which means that we are possibly about 2 hours away from ending stream. Ish. Hop. Pardon me. There we go. Next flight to Yaktel will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Keep your hands, legs, heads, luggage, personage. Yeah. Well, that thing will stay in the air all the way to Yaktel. Are you ready? Bags packed and goodbye said. There's no going back once we left off. Not that I'm nervous or anything. Just make sure you're not nervous. Oh, am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. There we go, hold my hand. Just settle my nerves. Sure, why not? Nicest person I've ever met. I'll try not to crush your hand. There she is. Third promise. Just, wait a moment. Evelyn told me. Of course, of course. I'll wait just as long as you need. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kral's earring. Oh. You said before that it gained popularity in Yogg-Togthal as a protective ward for travellers, correct? That's right. We tracked down the elderly merchant whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met in the market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be my grandfather. The merchant happened to mention which market? One in Yogg-Togthal, where it seems you are already bound. Good luck. I shall seek my next clue once we arrive. Mere coincidence what brought my grandfather there, or is it mere? Whoops. Another discovery to look forward to. Thank you both for coming this way. Coming all this way, I should say. Anything for the third promise? Good luck with the rest of the ride. Thanks. I won't let you down. Just got to board this dirigible and then as good as ever. Last call for passengers to Yogg-Togthal. I really hope she wins. Yogg-Togthal will test the metal without a doubt. Next Dawn servant must be willing to bear the full weight of its nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. This is pretty.
The fierce Shabral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yogg-Togthal. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, It is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Shebral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozumauka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the Earth, it became susceptible to erosion. Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
Everyone just looks straight at her.
Is the Shebral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
Just stay with us for once. Run off, get stuck in mud. Run off, get kidnapped. Just stop running off, really. Thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. Looking at you, Waklamad. Oh really, I'm looking at you. You're my safety. Oh, look at all the little fish in there as well. Well, I say little. They're quite big. Okay, just for locations alone, this already claimed my you're a sugar glider. You are. Yeah, just for locations alone, this has claimed my favourite expansion. Like, the story's good so far, but yeah, we've not seen a conclusion yet, so I can't say it's my best in terms of story. The heck are ye? Good, everyone's accounted for. Drax is up ahead. It's been away. That's a big hole. Ervil was not exaggerating about the synods. Well, an ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. Alright, what's this dark mahogany one look like? Ooh. That's actually quite nice. I like that. Nice. Red head on it. First task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly upon us. A promise and a retinue, I presume? Doing right? I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of Stars. It's center, everyone's waiting for you. Everyone? Who might that be? There's but one way to find out. Come, let's follow him. First things first, I need to grab that aetherite. Unless it teleports us, in which case I can't grab it yet. But if it does, I'm gonna go grab that aetherite. But it has.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As Ibrash Rash, I have the honor of serving as Elector on behalf of my people. As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us. Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
might well forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red. Blue. On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red. Which means...
Together again, as fate would have it.
Victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one-head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future. The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivil will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
Oh, this could be interesting. Me. Atonement indeed. Fortunately, this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakul Judge's attempts to delay us. Certain right, but it gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? Plenty strong, and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though he may be. Never understand him. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. A team I'm in is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6, 2 claimants, Sarilja, Bakul Jajas, and Bakul Jajas lackeys. Whereas we're a team of 9, that's 3 more people than we can mobilize. Task suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble the necessary ingredients. You're too confident. You're too confident. You're overconfident. You're gonna cause us to fail, Wilclamette. We're gonna have to start again. We've not even started yet. We're gonna have to start again. Too easy. Well, we must be overconfident, as we make a careless mistake that could have easily been avoided. First order of business should be determining the recipe for Shvruk Pibil. How to gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about? Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Shvral people. Gather here once we've seen what clues the village has to offer. Yeah, another way it could have been like to request a bowl or a serving, and you know, everyone has a taste, just like what sort of flavors can you pick out, that sort of stuff. Cool. Right, so there should be someone in here maybe that we need to talk to. Oh, there we go. Bright banana peel. A usually coloured banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my Najul, Jatika banana peel. Barely see it for the steam issuing from my underground oven. Ah, there's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. Oh, I see what you're doing there. Like, oh no, how could I have left this hint on the floor? Gestures to it. I left it on the floor right there, points at it. Got to cut out losses and head from a book. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool. You think you won't tan our hides for leather if we dare to return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could a second time be? What are you looking at, Saltlicker? Mind your own business. I am minding my business. You that's not minding yours. Alright then. Thanks. So it's something that is cooked underground. Recipe for Shibruk people. I wish I could tell you, friend. A dish so delicious it's meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Hunter himself. But your mentioning has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still a book to be had in the market. Wink. I like the look of that. However, that makes me wonder if there's something big and nasty over that direction. Ah, there we go. Colourful spices. Number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in the basket. That one's called a quiote. We use it mostly to add a bit of colour to our most popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Yeah. To add colour to your most popular dish, I wonder what that could be. Most popular, nudge nudge. Wink wink. Elbow in the side. Sorry, I'm back. Did we discover about Shibruk? Due to our prediction, villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. However, many were still preparing it as if one might a staple dish, and observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Shibruk Pibil. One in particular she attributed to all common Shibral dishes. Akiote, she called it. See, if Shibruk Pibil is indeed a dish as ubiquitous as Alfino claims, we've confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burying bundles wrapped in the leaf of najul or banana in certain localities. It seems their use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles then, don't we? Don't you? The squeaky flesh of a bipedal fish. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I need to send that to my friend. I know he's completed the story already. As would be expected of a dish called a Shibruk Pibil, indeed. But to summarize, the dish is one of Ibruk, flavored with a combination of spices that include akiote, and steamed underground within najul, or banana leaves. Even our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, ingredients should be close at hand, which is why Thancred and I scouted the surrounding forests. We were all exploring the village. Between local vegetation and Wadi Brook, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices. Yeah, the Master Gleaner. That said, we should divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I'll help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have experience in gathering it. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. When the rest of us will gather ingredients, I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I'm happy to lend someone a suitable Ibruk. I'll lead someone to a suitable Ibruk if they'll perform the requisite deed. As it? As for the najul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. If you want, you won't find a najul in these parts. Only grow in Jatika. Oh, sorry, in the Jatika heartland. Forest far below these. Sturgeon may be time consuming. We ought to try bartering first. It encourages our communications with the local after all. Lemon Sammy, would you, if you accompany me on my errand? I can read. No better way to whet my appetite. Good. Let's be about our tasks then. Got to wait for folks to be visible, I guess. There we are. Come on, let's go and get those najul leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. Wonder how this hammer set looks. Ooh. Like a recolor of the I forgot what dungeon it was. Raktika, that dungeon. Let's see if there are najul leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Oriange mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. We've got a feeling we're about to learn. Not all was peaceful in these parts. There be a history of violence. It says so in the quest name. Yar. Oh, hello again. Need something? We actually came to see if we could barter for some leaves. The jewel leaves. For purposes other than Shivruk Pibil, naturally. Unfortunately, I just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forests for more. Old Magic Grove is the source of the finest natural leaves you find. All variants you sometimes see in city markets can't compare. I'd hope to avoid such a lengthy venture, but there's no other way to obtain our ingredients than Ika Heartland. We shall go. Allow me to save you the trip. Traveling there requires you go through Tienbeck reverse, but it's caved in due to a recent storm, I expect. What? That means we can't get our natural leaves. But we can't we? There's no other way of procuring them. You would have suspended this feat, or at least altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. It's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? I always wanted to take the feat of repast with an empty stomach. You may find Shibruk Pubil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. Heh, I can't wait. See, so it's not just... Still, there are no leaves here. Now we can't travel for more. How are we supposed to gather all the ingredients? The feat's meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures into the Olam. Perhaps there's something about the Shibruk Pibil that we've yet to learn. Something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. Yeah, you gotta wrestle with it yourself. Oh, I see. Like, who was first to make it? It's history, that sort of thing. If it's Yaktel's history you're interested in, start with the Old War. Between the Spral and the Mulcha, right? These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. To know the end of that bloodshed is to know the Shibruk Pabal. Oh, I can pronounce it. What does Steam Brook have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detail may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by the war. The village of Ilion Vaso. It's a short distance to the east. The village of Ilion Vaso? Understood. Thank you for your help. Come, let's go see this place. I like the colours that this has. Very nice. Oops. No. I was enjoying the music. village of Ilion Assum must be further east. Continue with haste. For all we know, our competitor may be on our heels. So it's one to share, so we have the advantage of being a larger group. Because, you know, there's more people to munch down on it. Right, so I was wanting to run over here to look at this lake. Just for this ether current. Not very clear to say how blue it is. Like kind of like salt water. What on earth are those? Oh, squib. Okay. Alright. Idion Asso. This is the village of Ilion Asso. Or what's left of it. A place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Evo. Now you're in Yaktel. I was picking up lumber from Ikbrags when I heard the third promise was on her way to a site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so I followed you here. Ivo is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. Pleasure. You're a member of the Third Promise's retinue, I presume? For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Kona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Kona. Now that's a good name. A familiar name. Where have I heard? Kona, as in the second promise of Tuliolal? To think our address a Dawn Servant's own son is some common retainer. That's disrespect, cannot be excused. Please take up your gun and... Oh, come on, not this again. I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Alright then, I shut down. Right on cue. At least it's consistent. I just love those bits. Don't worry about it. Okay. I will. I understand you wish to learn about Shibruk Vibil. Well, I'm forbidden by Rash. I don't know how that's pronounced. They said it earlier and I completely forgot. Like, Shbrash Raj? To divulge any information regarding its preparation, perhaps share what I know of Yaktel's history. Appreciate that. In its most basic sense, the conflict between the Jbral and the Mamulja was one of land. The Mamulja live in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to cover the forest, the upper forest, the home of the Spral, as they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favours the high ground, and the Spral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. But as the state of the village was a test, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well, blessed siblings. Oh, something you know all too well, blessed siblings. There we go. You must understand, the Mamulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with the others. The Huvigo, Bunua, Yopro each sought to assert dominance over each other, over the others. Even as they engaged with the Spral in battle. I can read, I swear. In an effort to strengthen the bonds and discourage infighting, Upiga and Bunua leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of different clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child arrived who shared the blood of Hugo and Bunua both, a two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, grew into a mighty warrior before eventually rising as the first autarch, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the autarch rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared. The war soon came to a head. It's best you see the results firsthand. Let's visit another battlefield from that time. There I shall continue this tale. I'm really liking this music. Also, those trees are decimated. Lord. I bet going scorched earth but not scorched tree.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinder Field.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yoqui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence, a constant stream of minor skirmishes punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe.
I accidentally clicked. They were saying, would you think they'd sell for a single forest?
There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation, the guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed Najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn Servant laughed and declared once more, their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn Servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn Servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong?
We fought a seat someone I did.
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
Ah, we're different. Look at the echo we did. That was someone that was there on that day. I really did live up to his words. Traveled the land and learned about our peoples and myriad cultures. We're doing the same now. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I just need to quickly check a thing. Hey bud, how you doing? How's things, as it were? Ooh. Look, Evo has given us valuable insight into the origins of Shibruk Pibil. However, we're still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves, unless... Tell me, is that a historic feast commemorated in some fashion? With a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Oh god. I forgot to press that again. Okay, so the battlements are still in place from... well, the battle, I guess. Cool. I can tell you for sure, the music is beautiful. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. As this feat demands a journey through history, the only logical and monumental event like this might see it first year as true. Especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Lameti, Sammy? Would you help me search the area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Okay. Yeah, the soul's been recently overturned. Ooh, someone buried a box. Well, I've been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are. Fresh nocturnal leaves. What were Rooks doing, I'd wager? Poetry and hiding them on this battlefield, given it was central to the war that they helped end. Ah! We planned this all from the start. Thank you again, Wookievo. Wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. My honour to render assistance, and with apology to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, if I promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance at the Feat of Reeds, it's certain that you are the claimant most worthy to of leading our nation. I'll devise a solution to the Hanu's ailing crops. You alone sought to know their culture and revive Iihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. My humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tugiolo than what they hold dear. Should you again require historical musings of an old shipwright, ever at your service. And now, I take my leave. Cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let's return to Igbrash. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, we're going over this way. Straight up water down there. Yes, as you can hear, the music's amazing. Yeah. The enemies are little arm blades. That cutie patoonie's got a knife. A knife. Yeah, the enemy designs are pretty cool. Well, the new enemy designs are pretty cool. The old enemy designs are, you know, kind of very seen it. But yeah. Your ones, so cool, so snazzy. I should change my title again. We're in 94 quests now, not 93. Yeah, it's running alright. So the only slight issues that I've had is certain areas I've been having like little frame dips, but I'm convinced that's because like the graphics settings I've got it on are like at a point where like the view distance is like really far. So my computer's just been like, that's a lot of stuff to process, my dude. And just like having little hiccups, but other than that, it's all going fine. Running smoothly. It's all going great. Glad we were successful. Yes, should be back soon, I expect. Hope so, I'm famished. Right. Assuming the person that I'm expecting to go live in an hour is going live in an hour, we should have about an hour left. How'd everyone fare? Yeah, I'm playing the Pictomancer. It's a lot more fun than I was expecting. Like I was hoping I'd like it, but like I like it a lot more than I was expecting I'd like it. We got them jewel leaves. Look, Evo even came along and helped us find them. Look, Evo was here. I'd like to say hello. Yes, you're giving us an important history lesson. When Mamulja and the Gibral were at war. War! Mamulja brought an end to the centuries of warfare surprises me a little. But to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. To my old man to find the oddest solutions. But how about the rest of you? Is that kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Orianji and I made a final tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need. With no mention of what we need them for, of course. Please report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest has to offer. Spoken like a true expert. Anvil and I found out a brook, so we should have meat aplenty. The spirited creature. So much so that its hunter fell down the snow trying to catch it. What part of never speak about this to anyone? Did you not understand? Just fell down the hole. Ay, ay. I picked a good portion of local herbs, with particular attention to the seeds that yield akiote. I am told that our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measures for the season as well. Aye, through further inquiry did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Yeah, you see people wandering in the background. I'm not sure if that's just an NPC like patrolling or if that's like important that someone's like back there doing stuff. Because we keep having people just in the background just like, what are they doing? What are they doing? They're probably just patrolling, it's fine. And all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts. I mean, I got level 90 culinarian, but you know. I can hardly claim profound skill, But I've cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope. As I recall, you're an accomplished culinarian. Yeah! Oh, my mouth's watering already. Without further delay then. I wonder if that would have been different if I hadn't leveled culinarian. I wonder if they'd just like look, if Crowd had looked at it, it's just been like, do you think you could lend a hand as well? Or if she'd have just been like, yeah, I got this. I've cooked for myself, it's alright.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Get dunked.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then. In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Bibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I hope he hits it. Really hope he hits it.
I see.
Oh, that's
Well,
not
your
good.
effort looks
That's
the
not
part.
good.
Unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Just look at the end.
On your harmony.
Come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. That was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
Doing his best to not just be like, "Yeah, I'm glad I was paired with you."
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any shipwreck people left? I could really use another helping.
Dang nabbit. The answer is no, and probably not for a while. With the whole, you know, storm issue. And used up the last of the leaves we had. It was so good. Looking forward to having Shipwreck Pavilion again. Yeah. I'll make more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm going to buy more on the road myself. Now the feat of repast is over. Villagers should be offer it to us, right? Sure. And it's a tabletop. I was really hoping it was going to be in the moat. I was really hoping it was going to be in the moat, but I will. Right, father's grief. Oh dear. Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would seem wise to travel to Mamuk. I want to take the feat of brotherhood without delay. Wise, yes, but impossible. The Teenbeck Traverse, which connects the upper and lower. Which connects the upper forest of Jatika Heartland, is still impassable. So no other route? I'm afraid not. Quite clear the path is underway though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Time as we see fit. I for one would like to explore the village's surroundings. If Erenville would oblige me with a tour. Very well, I have no other engagements. I'll come with you. Then I'll come with you. If only to prove that I am capable of keeping my footing. And I fall down another hole. Though I shouldn't rejoice our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visit to Yaktel. Oh, that's right. Mablue did say something about foreign mage going through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us? Sure. Why not? We convene here after our respective diversions. I recall the merchant met my grandfather at the market in Yaktel some 20 years ago. Anyone who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let's make inquiries where we can. Did I attune to this ether? I don't remember. I did, okay. Right. What I want to do is go over to the vendor. I don't know if it said it was a bicolor gemstone trader or if it was just like merchants had other stuff to sell. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So now this is available for purchase. They wouldn't have been able to sell it to us before, but they can now. Also, I'm just going to get rid of these. Pardon me. Right. Grizzled villager, eh? Farm H. 20 years ago. Yeah, I remember him. Not often we get visitors from across the salt, alone those traveling with infants. The baby girl, as I recall. Unless I'm a passing mind. If anyone knew more, I'd wager it would be a Hunmu Rook. Already brush, rash, then baby girl, it couldn't have been. Thank you, sir. That information is helpful. Might have been wee baby Kyle. No wee baby. Hello again. Do you require assistance? A foreign mage passed through Brush roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him? Why do you ask me this? Who was this meant to you? It may have been my grandfather. I wish to know what brought him here. Your grandfather? Not by blood, but his family nonetheless. A foreign mage did indeed visit Ikvaraj. Master Galuf. It's one and the same! One and the same! As far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied. More than that, however, I cannot say. Why not? I simply cannot. Beg your forgiveness and understanding. Very well, I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of all general curiosity, I have another question. They say the Yokoi once dwelled in these forests. Where exactly, where was that exactly? General curiosity, indeed. But yes, before they withdrew to Okapacha some 5 centuries ago, the Yokoi claimed Yaktel as their own. Many of their architectural remains can be found in the lower forests, the Jatika heartland. That's where they must have had their visions. Thank you. That answers much and more. I understand what it means for too long for one's family, so believe me when I say that. Though my position forbids me from aiding you further, nothing but success. By helping the Third Promise find the Gold City, you surely find the answers to your questions. Speaking of which, I have a query for my own, for you. May I request a moment of your company? Sure. Go on, I'll wait for you. Thank you for obliging me. First, let us head to the snow behind the village. He's gonna push me down in there. Down into the hole. Into the dank hole. Autumn horizon. It is my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mr. Krell's pleas soften my resolve. As leader of our community, I'm glad to see that the Third Promise has surrounded itself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Could you tell me of her journey thus far? Is that her da? Maybe not. Is that so? Seems the ride has been a great source of learning and growth for Wuklemat. It does me well to hear that. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born among the Jabral, so when she arrived, the village was elated. Such joy I felt when I first held her. Pain when I found her at the bottom of a snout. 3 years old. An accident, it was said, but I knew better. She'd been pushed. Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards Jatika heartland, towards Mamuk. Once bitter enemies, the Mamulja and Jabral had learned to live in peace. But who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act? Protecting the child who would one day lead her people? Criminals sought to undermine the future of the Jabral. I was determined to not let them succeed, and so I let the memory of my daughter die in that synod. Gave her into the care of one person I knew could protect her. Dawn servant Gulul Jaja. Though she was born to lead this Jabral, fate had greater plans for Wuklemat. Yes, he's her da. He's her da. Well, the Dawn servant, I know the truth. But I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamuk, then rank towards the Jabral still burns. I was called off guard once. I'll not suffer the same tragedy again. So I ask, not as a Dawn servant selector, but as a father, watch over the third promise. Defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in the shadow. Will you do this for me? Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. From the very pits of my heart, I thank ye. Will ye answer my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as a ruler of Tuliolal, but as a concerned father and a parent pirate. I seek only the answers. The answer is not in Davy Jones' locker. Sorry. Suffice to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of it, this to anyone. I won't say a word. Promised her other Dal the same thing. Not a word shall leave my lips. Unfortunate about you, though, isn't it? The past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please, don't keep the third promise waiting. Where are we? Well, nightfall still. I guess I'll run through like a full set of gear, and then I'll go dungeon. Maybe a full set of gear, dungeon. Full set of gear, dungeon. Combat. Well, looks like we're rearing up for a fight. Cutscenes playing sequence, recommended. Okay. But also, a fight you're back. So, what did Hook want? I can't say. It's a secret. Yeah, it's alright. You don't have to say more. More importantly, the Teenbeck Traverse still isn't clear yet. Something about even more rocks. I think I'll take the opportunity to rest. All that cooking and preparing for it has worn me out. Sleep good. With one. And try not to get kidnapped by the person that's clearly watching us. A nap does sound tempting. A moment to promise. Oh, well, but cool judges. What do you want? I come to fetch you. You're welcome to refuse, but know that it would be most unwise. And why's that? I'm sure your salted friend has an idea. What do you think? Okay. They say house cats don't come uncalled. Follow me, promise. Oh, I want to slap this guy in the face. With a fish. A big fish. Like a tuna. A whole tuna. On the face. In one slap.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us? Oh, Morok! Bakuljaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here. Take a good look at him. Go on. Look. Surely you recognize your real father. Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted Sellsworth. He heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
Is it true? Is Humoruk my... Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere, I'll kill the old man myself!
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then, You want to fight? I'll give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling, Promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue. By the by, house cat, they've been instructed to put down Papa Dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him.
You got this.
Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
Yeah, we got to go with that one. Don't worry, the scary adventurer will try anything funny.
Foreign scum! Who are you to mock me? I'll kill you, kill you, kill you all! Don't look away, Salt. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved Promise to shreds!
I'm not concerned.
Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember? I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you.
Are we playing as Booklet Matt?
I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people.
I feel like we might be. Yeah. Okay. So basically use limit breaks on cooldown. Whenever we can, limit break. It's a form of healing. Yeah, once we load them as.
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces! I'll cut you to shreds!
We should we want to be behind, yeah. There we go.
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens. I'll make you eat dirt.
No more tricks, Bakul Chacha. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior? Miss Mittens is no longer abusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much.
That did not do as much damage as I was hoping.
About my nation, my people, and myself. You're mine.
Okay, what do the greens do? Green's a donut, okay.
What? Can't keep up.
Try this. Try this.
How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest!
You're mine.
It's time we finished her, brother.
Try this. You're mine.
This is the end for you, kitten.
You're mine.
Know your place.
Right, so now let's probably stand for bow over here.
It's not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy, his love for our people.
I'll grind you beneath my heel.
Guys, I need to run this over here. Oh crap. That's gonna hurt.
What? Can't keep up. Flea-ridden upstart! Why won't you die? Fine! I'll show you the true power of the Blessed!
I will be the next Dawn servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last!
Heck yeah!
That's why there's no way I'll ever lose to the light of you!
What? But that was everything I had! I can't stand it anymore! Attack! This is our fight! Stay out of it! You bring shame upon us. You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamuk! We cannot lose!
Oh-ho! The great Bakul Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win. I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Such confidence! What changed? She wasn't like this before!
What's the difference of knowing what you're fighting for? Get dunked. Yeah, butt. As they say in the old country, get wrecked, nerd. Thanks for that back, you butt.
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be? How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakul Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
No. No.
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk. The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over. We'll release the hostage.
That was surprisingly easy. Hey, we didn't say nothing.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
Are you alright? So what Bakul Jaja said about you and me.
Oh crap.
It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
So I but single-handedly defeat Bakul Jaja. Sure they had the Dawn Servant's daughter.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am. I'm Gulul Jaja's daughter, and Tuli Hyolal's next Dawn servant. Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
You got the same eyes, the same hair color. how it walked us back here. We got a little bit of the music, and it's just like, nah, village music. Seems we're last to return. Glad everyone made it back safely. Thank you for having faith in me. Getting me out of the fight even when it got dirty couldn't have been easy for you. But Bakul Jaja won't be the last person to threaten those I care about. I want to prove to myself that I can stand up to such villains. And I can stand alone. Which isn't to say I won't ask for your help when I need it, of course. No better than that. Ooh. Ooh. I deserve a chance to kick bad guys' butts too. Earlier, in the Second Promises camp.
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover. Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk Bibil?
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
But there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tuli Yolal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural. But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I fail to understand my own people. Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
To understand and connect with people is by no means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage. That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Understanding begets fellowship, as my father said. And yet, what you suggest does not come naturally to me.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles, I see mine own, painful in their familiarity. Yet frightening though it may feel, if we are to move forward, we must indeed take that first step. Dispense with pretense, and simply be.
Do you remember when you first approached us? And we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant. You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, but your motivation. So let your people know this, and in time, they'll come to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
I can try.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
I need to quickly check on something. Right, they are not live yet, it seems. Okay, we've got another hour, it looks like. Sorry, I was just checking up on some messages. So we've got another hour. So we can play around for another hour. How long has this recording been going for? 2.5 hours. Right, we'll stop this recording. Set up a new one, and yeah, we'll go from there. So YouTube, see you in a bit.